Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and review, and I'm going to look at the cards for Lord of the Rings, the card game, the Black Riders Saga expansion. So to get started, I'm just going to take off the box, which, I warn you, can be extremely difficult, especially the first time. However, this is not the first time opening this, as I have opened this before to rubber band all this stuff, so it'll be easier to see. Okay, here's a little instruction manual here. Lots of little new rules in it. That'll be good to have later. And now let's look at our first card. So our first hero is Fatty Bolger. He is a hobbit. And set action is to exhaust Fatty Bolger to choose an enemy in the staging area and raise your threat by that enemy's threat until the end of the phase. That enemy does not contribute its threat. Well, that's not a great card, but hey, it happens. Our next hero is Pippin with a threat of 6, 2 willpower, 1 attack, 1 defense, 2 hit points. He's a hobbit. Each enemy in play gets +1 engagement cost for each hobbit hero you control. Response: after you engage an enemy with an engagement cost higher than your threat, draw a card. Nice little card. He's of the lore sphere. Our next hero is Mary with a threat of 6, 2 willpower, 0 attack, 1 defense, 2 hit points. The action reads, Mary gets +1 attack for each hobbit hero you control. That could be useful. Also, it could be extremely terrible. Response: after Mary participates in an attack that destroys an enemy, ready another character that participated in that attack. I do see, though, that Mary is not costed properly. There's 3 and 5. His 6. Ah, yes, leadership. My favorite sphere and my favorite hero. Sam Gamgee with a threat of 8, 3 willpower, 1 attack, 1 defense, and 3 hit points. Sam is a hobbit that reads, after you engage an enemy with a higher engagement cost than your threat, ready Sam Gamgee. He gets +1, +1, and +1 until the end of the round. Very nice card. Now, real quick, I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to bring out the Frodo sphere to look at him, and we're going to look at his cards as well. Here is Frodo. He's our special hero for this expansion. Frodo Baggins has 0 threat, 2 willpower, 1 attack, 2 defense, 2 hit points. Response: he's a hobbit and a reading bearer, and his response is to spend 1 fellowship resource to exhaust the 1 ring and cancel the effects of an encounter card just revealed from the encounter deck. Shuffle that card back into the encounter deck and reveal it another encounter card. I'm going to rubber band him back up. And I strongly suggest using rubber bands with this, because otherwise it will be extremely difficult to, to get the game set up. Okay, I'll be doing a playthrough of this, and when I have it done, I'll put the link in the cards up above. Okay, now we're going to our attachments, and the Elfstone is a lore attachment with the cost of 1. It's an artifact and an item. It says attached to the active location. Attached location gets +1 quest point. Response: after attached location leaves play as an explored location, the first player puts 1 ally into play from his hand. Here's 3 elf stones. Here's our leadership attachment, the Hobbit Cloak, with a cost of 1. It is an item attached to a Hobbit hero, limit 1 for a hero. Attached hero gets +2 defense while defending an attack made by an enemy with an engagement cost higher than your threat. 3 of those also. Okay. Dagger of Westernesse or Westernese? I don't know. Westernesse? Anyway, it's a tactics attachment with a cost of 1. It's an artifact, item, and a weapon. Attached to hero, restricted. Attached hero gets +1 to attack, +2 to attack instead if attacking an enemy with an engagement cost higher than your threat. 3 of those cards too. Our spirit attachment with a cost of 0 is a hobbit pipe. It's an item and a pipe. Attached to a hobbit, limit 1 per character. After your threat is reduced by an event card effect, exhaust hobbit pipe to draw a card. And now we're going on to our allies, starting with Bill the Pony, a leadership ally. He's a creature and a pony. And with 2 cost, 1 willpower, 1 attack, 0 defense, and 2 hit points. Lower the cost to play Bill the Pony by 2 if you control Sam Gamgee. Cannot have attachments. Each hobbit gets 1 plus 1 hit point. And there's 3 of those. Okay. Here's our tactics ally, the Farmer Maggot, with a cost of 3, 1 willpower, 2 attack, 0 defense, 2 hit points. After Farmer Maggot enters play, deal 1 damage to each enemy engaged with you. Deal 2 damage if that enemy's engagement cost is higher than your threat. Very nice. Kind of like that card Rain of Arrows a little bit. Our next ally is our lore ally, Barlam and Butterbur. 2 cost, 1 willpower, 0 attack, 1 defense, 3 hit points. If each hero you control has the Hobbit trait, damage from undefended attacks against you may be assigned to Barlam and Butterbur. That could come in handy. Kind of like Dory from the expansion, from one of the Hobbit expansions. The next is an event card. It's Smoke Rings. It's a spirit event with a cost of 2. Reduce your threat by 1 for each pipe you control. If each hero with a pipe attachment gets plus 1 willpower until the end of the phase. Kinda nice. There's 3 of those. The next is a lure card. It's Take No Notice with a cost of 3. Lower the cost to play Take No Notice by 1 for each hobbit or ranger you control. Action. Add 5 to each enemy's engagement cost until the end of the round. That would be a nice card to, start the game with if you wish to draw that one at the beginning. That would be kind of nice. Here's our tactics event, Halfling Determination, with a cost of 1. Choose a Hobbit character. That character gets +2, +2, and +2 until the end of the phase. Very nice. Now let's look at our campaign. Our quest cards. There are going to be a few of those. I think 8. The first one is Shadow of the Past. Is the Shadow of the Past quest, and the quest card is named 3 Company. And you can pause the video if you want to read this, but I'm just going to go through each one real quick and so you can see everything. Shortcut to Mushrooms. Escape to Buckland. Trouble in Bree. I shouldn't do it like that. I should do it like this so it stays organized. Trouble in Bree. Into the Wild. The Ringwraith's Attack. Pursued by the Enemy. Race to Rivendell. I played this actually a couple times, and it is actually a little bit difficult, although if you get enough good cards in your hand, of course, I was able to complete the first quest in 2 turns, which is unusual, but I was playing a solo game. Okay, now I'm going to look at our campaign cards. There's going to be 3 of these in each Lord of the Rings Saga expansion. The Hobbit expansions do not have campaign cards, but I bought another expansion. I'm going to show that one in a couple days here. Actually, a little while. It takes a little while to arrive. The Shadow of the Past, Lord of the Rings Part 1. You are playing campaign mode. There's 3 of these. Shadow of the Past, Knife in the Dark, and Fight to the Fort. That's for the 3 quests that you have. There will be 1 campaign card per quest when you play campaign mode. And here's our objective, the 1 ring. The first player claims the 1 ring and attaches it to the ring bearer. It's an objective. It looks quite nice, actually, but it's a bad guy. Here is our boons. Gildor Iglorion. It's a boon ally with 3 willpower, 2 attack, 3 defense, 3 hit points. It's a Noldor. The first player gains control of Gildor Iglorion, I guess. Forced. At the end of the round, discard Gildor Inglorion. The first player may spend 1 baggage resource to cancel that effect. Noble Hero with a cost of 0. It is a boon. Permanent. Attached to a hero. Attached hero gets +1 willpower and gains the Noble trait. Valiant Warrior with a cost of 0. It's a boon. Permanent. Attached to a hero. Attached hero gets +1 attack and gains the Warrior trait. Skilled Healer Permanent, attached to a hero. Attached hero gets +2 hit points and gains the healer trait. Tireless Ranger. Permanent, attached to a hero. Attached hero gets +1 defense and gains the Ranger trait. Mr. Underhill. Permanent, attached to the Ring Bearer. Mr. Underhill to the victory display to choose an enemy engaged with you. Until the end of the round, that enemy cannot attack. And that is it. I'm not going to show any... Actually, I'm going to show just one of the... I'm just going to show one enemy from one of the encounter decks, just for the new people who are out there. This is what the encounter cards look like. They're bad things. These are both burdens here. In fact, there's a lot of burdens in this deck. This one's for Fight to the Forward. There's a lot of stuff here. And here is a Fell Rider. 30 engagement cost, 2 threat, 4 attack, 3 defense, 6 hit points. Cannot have non-Morgul attachments. And then it has all that stuff. Anyway, quite interesting. I like this. I really like this expansion. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Please subscribe, like, and if you want to support my channel, I'll be putting a link in the description to my eBay store if you want to support me. And I don't want you to just give me money, I want you to get something in return too. That's it.